Home and away. David Langham faces danger while investigating wife's mysterious death. In Summer Bay, Police Sergeant David Langham has always been the man in control, issuing warnings, following procedures, and ensuring the law is upheld. His professional life is marked by diligence, responsibility, and a reputation for keeping calm under pressure. But in recent weeks, David's personal world has collided with his professional one in a way that no badge or experience could prepare him for. The death of his wife, Jo Langham, has sent shockwaves through his life, leaving him grappling with grief, confusion, and a burning desire for answers. For David, the investigation into Jo's death is no ordinary case. Though her passing was officially deemed an accident, doubts linger, and the circumstances surrounding her fatal car crash are murky at best. David, who is accustomed to being the authority figure in tense situations, now finds himself navigating uncharted emotional territory. In a cruel twist of fate, the man used to issuing warnings and advice is now on the receiving end of stern admonitions, from his superiors and even from those who may be connected to the tragedy. Jo Langham's search for answers. Before her death, Jo had been battling her own inner turmoil. Haunted by the belief that she might have caused her mother's demise, she sought help in the form of hypnotherapy. Her sessions were intense, probing, and ultimately revealing. Under hypnosis, Jo was able to visualize crucial details of the car accident that had claimed her mother's life. Most notably, she recalled a speeding gray Mercedes and, crucially, the partial number plate of the vehicle. This memory became a beacon of hope for Jo, as it allowed her to exonerate herself from the guilt she had been carrying. She was confident that she had not caused the crash, and the details she uncovered would later serve as the cornerstone of David's personal investigation. David, devastated by Jo's passing, clung to these fragmented memories. Her hypnotherapy session had given him more than just a lead, it had given him purpose. Where the official investigation had stalled, David saw an opportunity to uncover the truth, a truth that might bring justice for his wife. It was this drive, this determination, that would lead him into murky ethical waters and put him at odds with both the law and his own sense of duty. A breakthrough on an unofficial case. According to TV Week, viewers can expect to see significant progress in David's unofficial investigation in the coming episodes. His focus has narrowed to a single suspect, Craig Wendell, a local counselor whose vehicle aligns with the description Jo provided. Craig Wendell, a seemingly respectable figure in Summer Bay, is suddenly cast in a shadow of suspicion. Jeremy Lindsay Taylor, who portrays David, provided insight into the upcoming storyline. David uncovers some damning evidence regarding counselor Craig Wendell. He was in the area at the time. His car, a gray Mercedes, matches the description, plus partial number plates. These details are tantalizingly close to the truth Jo had glimpsed in her hypnotherapy session, giving David hope that he is on the verge of a breakthrough. Yet, uncovering evidence is only part of the battle. Jeremy Lindsay Taylor further explains, an initial interview with him shows David how slippery he is. He seems to know more than he's letting on. The counselor's evasive demeanor and careful choice of words make it clear that the investigation will not be straightforward. Every question David asks seems to be met with a carefully crafted answer, a challenge that tests both his patience and his instincts. Warnings and professional conflict. As David digs deeper into Craig Wendell's potential involvement, the risk escalates. His informal investigation, conducted outside the bounds of police procedure, raises eyebrows among his colleagues and superiors. Soon, he is confronted by both Wendell's lawyer and his own chain of command, who issue explicit warnings to halt his pursuit. This confrontation represents a pivotal moment for David. He is torn between duty and personal loyalty, between following the rules and seeking justice for his wife. The warnings he receives are stern and unambiguous, emphasizing the potential consequences of pursuing a case without authorization. David is faced with a moral and professional dilemma: obey orders or continue his quest for truth. David's personal struggle. The inner conflict David experiences is palpable. He is a man who has built his identity on integrity and professionalism, yet he is now wrestling with emotions that threaten to override those principles. The grief of losing Jo, combined with the tantalizing clues pointing toward a potential suspect, creates an emotional storm. David must consider not only his own safety but the well-being of his daughters, whose lives have been upended by their mother's sudden death. As he contemplates his next move, David weighs the risks. He knows that pursuing the investigation unofficially could jeopardize his career, strain his relationships with colleagues, and even put his family in danger. But the alternative, letting the case rest, feels unbearable. His love for Jo, his sense of justice, and his determination to find answers push him toward action, despite the warnings he has received. Lacey's determined quest for justice. Adding another layer of tension to the storyline is David's daughter, Lacey. Unlike her father, who operates with caution and procedural knowledge, Lacey is driven by emotion and an unyielding desire for truth. She is determined to uncover what really happened to her mother, even if it means bending the rules and taking risks that David would never consider. In a daring move, Lacey sneaks into the police station to collect information about her father's investigation. Using her wits and resourcefulness, she photographs evidence and begins to formulate her own plan. Her actions are fueled by love, grief, and a sense of injustice that refuses to be ignored. However, her impulsive approach carries inherent danger. One wrong move could put her in serious jeopardy or compromise the delicate investigation her father is conducting. Lacey's determination highlights the intergenerational dynamic at play in Summer Bay. While David represents experience, patience, and procedural authority, Lacey embodies youthful courage, intuition, and emotional drive. Their parallel quests for truth, one official, one personal, set the stage for dramatic tension, moral conflict, and potential heartbreak. The moral complexities of justice. The storyline raises profound questions about morality, justice, and the limits of personal responsibility. David is caught between the law and his personal convictions. Should he adhere strictly to procedure, potentially allowing his wife's killer to remain free? Or should he pursue justice at any cost, risking his career, his reputation, and even his family's safety? These dilemmas resonate not only with David but with viewers, who are drawn into the emotional and ethical complexities of his journey. Similarly, Lacey's actions prompt reflection on the risks and rewards of taking matters into one's own hands. Her courage and determination are admirable, but they also underscore the dangers inherent in bypassing established systems of authority. The storyline deftly explores the tension between lawful action and moral imperative, a theme that has long been central to compelling drama in shows like Home and Away. The suspense intensifies. As the investigation progresses, suspense builds with each episode. Viewers are left wondering, will David uncover conclusive evidence linking Craig Wendell to the fatal accident? Can Lacey navigate her own risky investigation without endangering herself or the broader case? How will the intersection of personal grief, professional duty, and ethical responsibility play out in Summer Bay? The show's writers have skillfully layered the narrative, combining procedural intrigue with emotional depth. By intertwining David's methodical investigation with Lacey's impulsive actions, Home and Away creates a multifaceted story that engages viewers on both intellectual and emotional levels. Jeremy Lindsay Taylor on David's journey. Jeremy Lindsay Taylor has offered insight into his character's evolution. David is facing perhaps the most challenging case of his career, not because of its complexity, but because it's personal. Every decision he makes carries weight, every lead could bring him closer to the truth, or further into danger. Taylor's portrayal captures the nuance of a man balancing grief, professional responsibility, and parental duty. His performance conveys the subtle tension of someone walking a tightrope between law and personal justice, providing viewers with a compelling and relatable character study. What fans can expect. In upcoming episodes, fans can anticipate heightened tension, moral dilemmas, and dramatic confrontations. As David pursues leads and Lacey follows her own investigative instincts, the narrative promises to test family bonds, ethical boundaries, and the resilience of both characters. The storyline's emotional resonance is amplified by its grounding in realistic human experiences, grief, guilt, determination, and the desire for closure. By exploring these themes, Home and Away maintains its reputation for tackling challenging subjects while keeping audiences emotionally invested. A web of secrets and consequences. The potential involvement of a public figure like Craig Wendell adds another layer of intrigue. As a counselor, his reputation and connections create obstacles for David, who must navigate both legal and political minefields. The show highlights the complexities of power, privilege, and accountability, reminding viewers that justice is rarely straightforward. Moreover, Lacey's actions introduce uncertainty and tension. Her decision to take matters into her own hands could either accelerate the investigation or complicate it, creating a web of cause and effect that keeps viewers on edge. Every choice has consequences, and the narrative emphasizes that even well-intentioned actions can carry significant risk. Conclusion. A tale of grief, justice, and determination. At its core, the storyline of David Langham and his daughter Lacey is one of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of justice in the face of personal tragedy. It explores the challenges of balancing professional duty with personal conviction, the dangers of taking risks in pursuit of truth, and the enduring bonds of family.